Welcome to international ticketing programs. Which we are running under the umbrella of A-Square languages. Okay, so we have a A-Square unit which we are taking care entire travel agents, entire professionals. So I have seen, see, this module is only for the professional and the travel agents and the students, because I have seen a lot of travel agents, what I would say sub agents also, like they have the registered company of travel, they have the registered firm, I would say, of enterprise we are talking about, but they don't know how to make the fares, how to make the air ticketing fares basically. See, I'm not talking about here any website, and I will not take the name of those website which will work on. Okay, maybe which you are working on. I'm talking about the direct airline system wherein we get the fares. Just just understand one thing. For example, if you're working with a one website or if you're working with a two website, so how website is generating the fares? For example, you go on the website and the fare is 70,000 to any destination, or the 60,000. But did you imagine, or maybe do you imagine, like, how those websites works? It means at the back end they have their airline system. So we are talking about, will give you a complete information, a complete training for CRS system, which we call as computer reservation system. I'm not taking the private website name. Even I also have a travel website, so I'm not selling over here the websites, like you come on my website and make the flights reservation. No, I'm talking about how you make your own fares. For example, you face a challenge. I understand, because this happened to me as well, and in the past as well happened. See, for example, if I am a customer and I come back to your agency and I'm saying, sir, I want to travel from Delhi or Mumbai to Toronto, any destination, any origination point, Delhi, Mumbai, and to Toronto. Okay, and for example, the fare is coming 70,000. I'm not talking about any charter flights. I'm just talking about the CRS, GDS, Global Distribution System. So GDS is a complete airline system wherein you can get the itinerary and you can sell to the clients in terms of the best fare. So if you want to really work and if you want to really increase your margin in terms of your travel company, so you have to have work with the GDS. But it is not about, the commands and you can make the fares now. In GDS we have a lot of concept. Basically we have IATA's training over here, like for the travel agencies, because there's a lot of travel agents like want to pursue themselves as in these air ticketing trainings, I would say. So in air ticketing training we have an agreements. Basically, if you know like how to make the agreements, then it will be your game. Yes, that's true. So the guys who really want to learn the air ticketing courses, it could be a student. So if you're a student, obviously you will look forward for to work with a travel agency. Then why people will hire you, why travel company will hire you? Once you have a technique to make the best fares. Okay, so for example guys, I will show you entire thing on my system also in my next module, in my next session, but it is just an introduction I'm giving to you. Basically, what is the air ticketing? What is air ticketing? Basically, air ticketing is all about, once you have a skills to make the best fares, how I can make the best fare. It is not my airline, so how I can get the fares basically. So I can get the fares only with the help of GDS, which is Global Distribution System. So which I will explain to you. It is not I will explain the commands the system. I will explain to you like how to make the fares. What is fare and construction unit? Fare construction will do the building construction, like building construction. You have your material, you have your cement, you have your bricks, and over here also in GDS we have the agreements. Once you have the flight agreements in place, if you know like how to make, what are the flight agreements, how to make the fares of the flight. Fares of the flight is totally depend upon my flight partners, my interline agreements, my interline partners, and my codeshare flights. So we have lot of techniques. We have online, we combine online points with an offline points. We have interline partners, we have a code share flights. Okay, we have the the time zones wise, we basically, if you're any traveler is going to US as an offline points, this is a reality I'm telling to you. Now you don't know like what is offline points. In my session I will explain to you what are the offline points. So we combine online points and offline point, my fare will be dropped down. I combine the agreement. For example, if I will take Delta Airlines, Air France, KLM and Virgin Atlantic, if I will combine three airlines, for example, I am going to US, if I will combine Delta plus Virgin Atlantic plus KLM, it is not you will take so many stops, but in a one sector you have two airlines, one is a code share flight and one is a pure flight, your fare will drop down. If you will take Lufthansa plus Swiss Air plus United Air plus Air India domestic, your fare will be dropped down. If you will take Air Canada plus Japan Airlines via Narita, your fare will be dropped down. If you are traveling to Toronto, if you will take a flight from Delhi to Toronto as in direct, but on the way back, if you take a route Toronto to Montreal, Montreal to Shanghai, and Shanghai back to Delhi with Air India, we have Air India plus Air Canada connection, your fare will be dropped down. If you're traveling to US, you have your agreement with Finnair plus American Air. So if you will combine Finnair, Delhi, Helsinki, and Helsinki to, you will take a flight to LA. On the way back, you will take American flight as a code share. Your fare will be dropped down. If you take a flight Qatar Airlines till Doha and onward, you will take American Airlines, fare will be dropped down. If you take Qatar Airlines plus B6 of a US flight, which is JetBlue carrier, fare will get reduced. If you take Emirates flight in the combination with American Airlines, for example, your traveler is flying to any destination US like Dallas, Detroit, Austin, El Paso, Chicago, New York, any Washington, Dulles, Baltimore. So if you will take Emirates plus in a combination of Alaskan Airlines, Emirates plus Alaskan, fare will be dropped down. If you take Emirates plus American, fare will be dropped down. But these things you can only work if you have a GDS, global distribution system. If you, so we are over here I'm giving you a proper training of Galileo software. It is not I will explain you the commands, I will explain you the command also, but I will explain you the fare construction, like how you can make, how you can beat the competition, basically how you can beat the prices, how you can meet up with the competition. See, for example, you are working in Punjab, you have your agency in Punjab, you have your agency in Delhi, Gurgaon, anywhere in the location of India. So how you can, you know, make your margin? You can only make your margin once you have a GDS in place, because every website, they're working on API system. For example, if I have a travel website, so I cannot take the name of my website, because yes, I have my travel website which we have applied the API of Galileo, and in that, the moment you search the prices, okay, so for example the fare is 70,000. So on API we display the fare of 70,000, for example, but you don't know like what fare the owner of the website, like what fare they have calculated and what they have placed on the website. Like for example, on the website the fare is coming 70,000. The website fare is coming 70,000, okay, but on GDS we have a fare of 68,000. One thing, if I know the agreements, I cannot, you know, because this is not my website, I can just only click on those websites. But if I have a GDS and I will make the agreements, if I will combine the agreements, I can make the fare on 65,000 also, because if I know the agreements of the flight. How it can be done, like how the fare may be reduced, how the fare may drop down? Because see, we combine the flight, which I will explain to you, like how you can go for a combination of the flights. Once you have combinations, for example, just imagine like you want to travel from Chandigarh to Delhi, that's by car. I'm taking a local example. So rather taking my car from Chandigarh to Delhi, if I have a via point at Karnal and I will take a partner flight from partner taxi from, I will take my taxi from Chandigarh to Karnal. I have a petrol of 1500 rupees, for example. And from onward, I will use some my friend car because he's also going to Karnal. So I will use my car till only from Chandigarh to Karnal, and Karnal onward I will use my friend car because he's also going to Delhi from Karnal. Okay, so this is the same work we apply on the GDS, but yes, we have to understand, is it my partner or not, is it my friend or not. So interline partner we have to calculate, we have to learn, like if we are taking Lufthansa, we cannot have the agreement with Delta Airlines, we have the agreement with United Airlines. If we have a KLM flight, if I'm operating a KLM flight, if I'm opting a KLM flight to the customer, I can only have the agreement with Air France, Delta, and Virgin Atlantic. I cannot take the United Airlines. Is that clear to you? One combination we already have designed. It is a very best fare if you are the GDS operators. So once you can try this, uh, we take a flight from Delhi to Frankfurt, okay, Frankfurt to Toronto, and coming back, on the way back we take the flight from Toronto to London, Lufthansa, and London to Delhi we have British Airways. There's one more connections, Delhi to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to any US point, Seattle. On the way back we take a flight to United Airlines to London from US, and we have onward a British Airways. Fare will drop down, so we have UA, LH, and BA, United Airlines, Lufthansa plus British Airways. So fare will drop down. So in this session, in IATA session, in air ticketing session, which we have designed for the travel agent, student, and the professional, you will come to know like how we will make the best fare of the airlines. Rather working, see, I'm telling you again, if you're working on any website, if you're using any website for your travelers, like if you have a travel agency and you're using any other company website, so better, because these people, like you have these people also working with a GDS. Those people, the website you're using, those people also working with the GDS, which is Global Distribution System. So I would suggest you rather working with the third party, work with your own self and take the GDS, which is Global Distribution System. The main thing is, now you maybe there can be a doubt like, but I don't know how to operate GDS because GDS is a robot. Okay, so in that case we have a encoding and decoding, which I will explain to you. It is not very tough. Even any student, any travel agent can do this. It is just you give me a 15-20 days time or 30 days time, I will make you perfect in GDS, and you will come to know like how to make the combinations, and your margin will increase. For example, market fee 70,000, but you have a capacity, you have the agreement, when you can make the fare of, with the help of agreement you can make the fare of 65,000, you can make the 66,000 with the help of agreements. Like you combine the agreements of the flight, Lufthansa, United Airlines, Swiss Airlines, Air Canada, Air India, Austrian Airlines. We have 6 agreements in one shot. Then we have SkyTeam, then Delta plus KLM plus Air France plus Virgin. We have 4 flights in one shot. Then we have Finnair plus American. So we have a lot of combinations. Once you will come to know these combinations, you will become an expert. So I hope, guys, definitely I will give you a good delivery of the on the system itself. What I will do is I will share my screen of my GDS, okay, and I will explain to you the entire concept. So if you really want to become a complete travel agent, like, because the main thing is your calculate the best fare. See, one more thing, for example, if I am your client and I want the tickets, but I cannot wait for 1 hour and 2 hours, and if you will speak in front of your client, if you speak to a travel agency, give me the fare, so what impact you will leave in front of your customer. And if you have a GDS, you can make the reservation right then and there only, and you can give them an itinerary, like this is your itinerary, this is your reservation number, this is all good to go. Is that clear to you? So lot of things will explain to you, like how to go for a seat mapping, how to, if client is saying I want window seat, I want aisle seat, give it to me right away, assign my IELTS sheet right now. To whom you speak with, you have a system. So I will explain to you how to assign veg meal, how to assign wheelchair meal on the GDS, which is global distribution system of the airlines. Okay, so we are the authorized person because I have a total tenure of 15 years in this industry. So I am IATA certified. Okay, so we have a lot of things, like we have MPM, which is maximum permitted mileage of the airline. How to calculate mileage of the airlines? TPM, which is ticketed point mileage. What is your NUX, which is neutral unit of conversion. So a lot of, we have Q surcharge, we have EMS, which is excess mileage surcharge. Okay, so I will explain to you a lot of things so that you will become an expert. We have a routing with global indicators. So global indicators, we have, like, if you have a eastern hemisphere indicator, you have a Pacific Atlantic indicator, you have Atlantic indicator. So these things I will explain to you. Okay, so definitely guys, once you have, if you really want to look forward for a demo session, you can feel free to speak with us. Okay, so by the time you can have this thing, if you have any doubt, you can feel free to speak with me. Okay, so take care, bye bye.